Welcome back, viewers. If you just joined us, you are right on time because the show is about to kickstart. And today on the Agenda Show, we'll be discussing a vital topic that says, is education a scam? Has it helped you? Is it helping you? Now, before I introduce our guest for today that will help us to analyze or discuss this vital topic, let's get this excerpt. Now, there is a lifelong debate on whether education is a scam or not. While some schools of thought believe the education system is a scam, most people still strongly believe that schooling is vital to learning and success. However, many young students feel as though the system forces them to take subjects they don't like, subjects that have no part to play in their future in the long run. Over the years, people think that the only way to educate children is through the regular classroom schooling system. This involves taking your children to a school where a teacher speaks in front of a group of students, covering subjects like maths, English, and science. It also includes attending school 5 times a week and graduating from one level of education to another. Now, today we intend to talk about education being a scam or not. Has it helped you or is it helping you, especially as a Nigerian? Our guest just joined us in the studio and he is no one else but a journalist, and he goes by the name Chukwuegbuhe Bright. Thanks for joining us. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having me on the show today.
You're welcome. So how are you navigating the cost of living crisis?
Oh, on God. On God, yeah, on God. So many things has happened in these few days, and a lot of rumors of protests coming because of hardship and economy, inflation and everything. But we trust in God because it's only God that can help us in such a time like this.
That's true.
Yeah.
So then you don't even look like someone that is going through what we are going through, right? Bukola, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
He's shining. So for the protest, just tell us, will you
No,
go?
that will kickstart from August 1st.
First,
Are you in consensus with it?
yes. Will you go?
Oh, I think today I saw on the news today that the president is having a meeting with the governors and some officials, some stakeholders in the country, and probably I believe it's for the betterment of everyone, because the protest, I'm not in the support of the protest, but I would say yes, it's the right of the citizen to agitate for their rights, but because when we look backward of what happened 2020 SARS, and it's not during the course of the peaceful protest, hoodlums took over the protest and so many lives were lost, and so we are praying that such didn't happen. That is why I'm not praying for the protest to hold, because I know certainly hoodlums will take over it, and before you know it, start destroying properties and families will lose their loved ones, and I don't want that.
But then instead of carrying out a protest, I think there are other ways to, communicate to the government.
Okay, for that, the thing is at this point in the economic hardship,
Right.
because it is a hardship.
And
At
Nigerians
this point,
are fed up.
They
had it up to here.
Usually Nigerians are all about like persevering. Nigerians can persevere. I always ask a question: do they have a breaking point?
Right.
Like, do Nigerians have it? Because it just seems like anything that happens, they keep on pushing, but it gets to a point where even the push, like,
it's not pushing
anymore. So I think, I don't know, I will not say I'm fully in support, because like you said, what happened during the NSAS, but also how do people pour out their minds?
Exactly, express themselves.
How do they do that?
I heard someone says that the only language the government hears is protest, and I still don't believe that though, because the last time we tried it, like I said, last time the answer we tried it, we saw the outcome, and nobody would love to lose his close friend or his loved ones at such a time as this. So I pray the meeting which the president is holding, I believe they're still on the meeting now. I believe there will be a positive outcome from the meeting.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right, viewers, let's now delve straight to the topic for discussion on the agenda show this evening. Bright, is education a scam?
Oh, wow. we're on national TV, right? And I'll try as much as possible to make my points in a way that someone out there is not being misled and other things.
That's true.
I will say education is not a scam.
Okay.
Education is not a scam. And I will give my point here. First of all, before we talk about education, we need to know why. Because if you don't know the reason why this was meant, you start. There is a saying, when you fail to know the reason or the use of things, abuse is inevitable. So the founder of school, the founder of education, actually, calling me, is a politician. His name is Horace Mann. Horace Mann, that's Horace Mann. Horace Mann. Horace Mann established school. Then he's an American. He established school. His main purpose of establishing school was not just what we see now as education.
Okay.
So he established school for character and civic virtue. Character and civic virtue. So at the point of imparting the character and civic virtue in the lives of people, they begin to have an understanding of what education process is. So they call him the father or the founder of modern school.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is why I won't say education is a scam, because this man established this school for people to know the right thing, for people to be a good citizen, to people to be to portray that civic responsibility which is expected of them. So unfortunately, I will use my country as a case study, Nigeria. So I won't say that education is a scam, but the system has failed us.
Okay.
The system has failed us in the sense that when you look at our system of education, we run 3, 6, 6, 6, 3, 6, 6, 4. And in the midst of that 3, 6, 6, 4, we have a lot of curriculums. Just like I said, the founder of school, if you go do a research about the man, viewers out there, you can do a research about him, Horace Mann. You will see that his own curriculum that he imprinted or he brought out was so simple and very concise. It's not that cumbersome like what we have now. Like when you go to school, you start doing your scheme of work would be like before you could finish it, before you've already forgotten the first one you read. So he made the thing so concise that to enable the society to be able to grab and understand his own point or his own point of view, what he's trying to communicate now, coming back to the formal education, which is where we are now. Which is where we are now. Now, we have a lot of curriculums, schemes. So at the end of the day, the students can't fit in and the system can't give them what they want after the school. Imagine a graduate after school, after some persons passed out today, true? Some persons passed out today. And unfortunately, there's no work out there for them.
That's true.
The government has no team to offer for them.
And that's because our curriculum don't build the students on how to create jobs.
Exactly.
But rather, they build the students on how to look for jobs. They're job seekers, unlike outside country. You get from kindergarten, they start teaching these students how to be skillful, how to create one or two. But our educational system is kind of theoretical. It's not practical. So I think that's one of the reasons why some people are saying education is scam. Just imagine you finished school. Okay, you're even in school. A course that is supposed to take you for 4 years, because of ASU strike, you spend up to like 6, 7 years. Okay, you are done schooling. Where is the job? That is why we have different school dropouts or job seekers everywhere.
I was opportune when I was serving. I served in FCT. I served here in FCT. So I was opportune to visit the NYC headquarters. So I was opportune to enter the museum in NYC. So many persons don't know that there is a museum in the NYC headquarters. So when I entered the museum, so I was being taken around by the person that was in charge. So I got to a point where I saw that is the the previous president, Mr. Gowon, our President Gowon. So I saw how the NYSC scheme came into being and what is meant to be. So from the archives, from what I read there, it is expected that when you finish serving, the government should make provision for a job. Then the then people that was serving, the government make provision for money, job, and a car. So they didn't give them the car.
What year was that?
That was 19 something. So they didn't give them a car. They did a protest.
Okay.
They did a protest that they didn't get
the car.
So government have to call for a round table talk, and when it called for the round table talk, it was resolved. And that was the doctors that did that protest. It was the doctors that agitated that did that protest. They didn't get the rightful thing that they are meant to get. So fast forward, bring it now. Bring it down to so people that passed out today right now. So people that passed out today. So
normally there's supposed to be a job waiting for them.
And a car and an official car waiting for them. So history helps us a lot, and that's why it is important that schools should go back to start teaching history, because these are the things that need to be taught in school. Because with this, you can use it to bring up a debate, bring up the debate. I believe Minister of Education will have to hear this and say, oh, this is even what is meant to be. So, truly, the system has failed us. The system has failed us, and it is killing the zeal and the passion for the youth for the school. It's killing the youth, and it's not even like when you get to school. When you go to school, they encourage you. No, right now, let me help the viewers out there. Because of the way the system is, when you go outside country, this difference between the white and us. When you go outside country, from age 3, age 2, the parents already knew what this child will be. And as if you observe them well, from the age of 4, 5, 6, they already know the school they will send their child. Because they pay adequate attention to their kids, to know what their kids are meant to be. Now, come to our own setting. How many of our parents looks at their child? Some leave their child for nanny. So how do you expect to know what your child is? You might see their child. The child can be going through electronics. This baby, I think,
has an affinity for this.
He has an affinity for electronics. I think I need to send him to technical school. If the child likes constructing, this one will be an engineer. If he likes drawing, these are the little things, because the government must not do everything for us.
That's true.
So government must do everything for us. So this is a way. I'm just trying to help our parents out there in the fields. Try to know what your child
is good at.
It will help you. It will help you, because at this point, even there will be a time where children that are being given birth now will start questioning the parents. Daddy, why didn't you take me to this school?
They've started.
Daddy, mommy, why you should have taken me to school? This is not what I'm meant to study in school.
True.
Do you understand? A lot of they put their blames on their parents because their parents failed in their responsibility.
Another thing is, like in the aspect of the parent, a lot of parents, like you said, the talent. What you notice with the, people abroad is that they are very diversified.
Yeah.
You see people excelling in, swimming, football, sport, like, all those other sports, not just in the educational sector.
That's true.
In Nigeria, there's not been enough resources going into developing unusual talents.
Yeah.
We only focus on the usuals, football,
book and paper.
a doctor, the engineer. There are other, the other day I was talking to my sister, and she said she got admission to be a physiotherapist. Now, these are people that, have to do with, their therapists. They go maybe they work with sports people, all these people that do all these chiropractic things that you hear, all those things.
Yeah.
But like, and she was just like, oh, it's not so common here and things like that. I said, that's because in Nigeria, it's not being used. But these are areas where people can be pushed into.
Be pushed to. Yeah.
This is an area where things can, like people can, work, just do something in them. But no, everybody will rush. What do you want to be? Oh, doctor. What do you want to be? There are a lot of lawyers out there.
All about career.
No jobs.
Okay, let me bring it here. When I was small, I was small. So during news hour, my dad would always call us to watch NTA, and as I was watching NTA, he would tell us to note the points from the news. So, and there's this the scroll bar, those information, those news that always go on the scroll bar. My dad was the first person to help me to know what a scroll bar is. Because he asked us, what is this? What is it called? So he said we should get our dictionary. So, and there's what we call, and the thing made me, then he lost buying newspaper. So I always go to read newspapers. I always love to know current information, unlike my other brothers. So this is helping me. He said, okay, this is my child. I think
you should go into this aspect.
Media.
Okay.
So I would love to thank my parents too. They helped. So they already know that this one loves media things and politics, anything, because I love politics. I love things. So in this sense, there's for us to help the youth right now. Some person are just giving birth now. They don't even know the reason they gave birth to the child. I'm serious. Some person just gave birth. They don't know why they gave birth to a child. And you bring out a child, and the process of the training of the child, you are not there. You just get a nanny. The money you off to work, come back. Hey, what does children need? You send the money. You don't pay attention to your child. You don't know what your child is doing. You don't know. If only we can start. I didn't say we should imitate the white everything they do, but let's just imitate their career pattern, the way they do things. That is why most of them at age 12, you see them developing apps, doing things, doing the work, because they already know, they've already channeled their children to that area. But here with us, okay, even where we are, when was it? At what age did we start using phone? Then, so at what age did you start operating your laptop? These are the things that the parents prevent from their children giving them access. I know that a lot of things are in the internet space. You can control it. You can actually control it, because right now, the world we are going into now, we are in a digital space, we are in a technological space. So we need to help your child. You need to help to know the area your child is good at.
Very, very
it will help us so that your child won't grow up and start asking you, Daddy, this school you send me in a scam. Mommy, this school you send me in a scam.
And some parents even go as far as choosing courses for their children to study.
Oh, that's another big problem.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
You
were not the one studying the course. And that's why after studying the course, their parents choose for them. They will go and study their own course.
I have a friend of mine there when we were at school. He said the father is a lawyer, the mother is a lawyer. They already told him, then we were in secondary school, they already told him that you are studying law. And he doesn't have passion. He doesn't have passion for law.
It's wrong.
So, as I'm talking to you, that young man is still dealing with his law. And we know that this is not what he wants. And he's being forced into it.
It's very wrong.
So, a lot of parents, I don't know, because they want to answer mama lawyer.
No, of course. I'll come into the defense of the parents here. Because, of course, no parent wants their child to go astray or to take something that is not seemingly practical. Now, hear this. As a parent, your child should walk up to you and say, oh, mommy, oh, daddy, I want to be a DJ. How does that sound? You almost want to force the child to do what you want.
Something has entered my child.
Okay, this is your being a lawyer, a parent telling you to be a lawyer now, they see a probable future. This is a career that has led a lot of people into very big, positions in life, very good things in life. So of course you can't just blame parents like that, because every parent wants the good, the best thing for their child. So I won't blame some parents. And some parents will force you to do it because maybe they see, oh, you have a potential in this. So do it, regardless of what you feel. And at the end, I tell you, there are some children that now, okay, my parent did not do bad. Like me now, I remember when I was younger, my mom, she always told me, I want you to be a newscaster. I want you to be a newscaster. And every time in my head, anybody asks me, what do you want to be? I want to be a newscaster. What do you want to be? I want to be a newscaster. I mean, and then when I wanted to, study, I put in law, but they did not pick me.
Okay, come to that. I presumed your mother must have watched you. Just the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of imposing a course on a child, try and know the areas the child is good at.
He or she is
good at. Support that child.
But now I'm telling you that I thank her for it. Yeah. At least I'm an example of one you can see. There are other examples out there. Yes, I'm not saying parents should impose on their children.
But they should be able to.
You were able to do it because you personally, you wanted to do it.
Yeah, of course.
That's why it worked out for you.
Of course. But I'm just saying, in defense of the parents, defense of the parents.
No, I'm not defending them. Don't impose any course on your child.
I'm not saying
look for what your child is good at and support that child. Don't impose. It's very, very wrong. It's very, very wrong. All right, Bright, please take us through the importance of education. Since you said education is not a scam, take us through the importance.
All right, the importance of education. Education helps you to have a good civic virtue. Education helps you to have a good character, to possess a good character trait. Education helps you to be intellectually sound. Education gives you the best of what you can't give yourself. Because in the midst of education, you acquire knowledge that you don't have. And you acquire this knowledge through books, through your teachers, through reading out contents on internet and social media and other things. But education gives you a kind of knowledge that you couldn't, because our first education starts from home.
That's the informal.
That is informal education. It starts from home. So when you come to school, you begin to gain. Your parents can teach you everything, actually. So there are some knowledge that they will be impacted in you that you will have to sink into you, that can be able to portray to the society. So the knowledge education gives to you can be overemphasized. That's
true, and it cannot be undermined. All right, viewers, let's quickly go on a break, and when we come back, the Engendered show will continue. Do stay with us.
In the country, they're doing an amazing.
My name is Sheila BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best TV station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheila BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi.
A world where information is vital to every individual, a platform where technology is a medium to pass information. You can always catch up on all information written in the newspapers, even without having one. Join us on The Press.
Reaching you live from the Abuja studios.
On The Punch for this morning. The Blueprint newspaper, Nigerian Tribune this morning.
As we give you information and opinions about current events and topical issues on politics, business, sports, entertainment, weather forecast, and lots more in the local city, across all states, and across all countries. Showing daily on Startimes, channel 124, 9 a.m. West African time, only on KAFTAN TV. Stay connected with us.
That he said it is a reason why I will not do it. I pursue the federal government to pay us our damages.
YouTube, KAFTAN TV.
A very tricky one, and then the bottom line is this.
Website www.kaftan.tv.
Point is, the youth must come together. The pendulum can swing in your favor.
Instagram, KAFTAN_TV. KAFTAN TV. Imagine a beautiful world.
Please, girls, let's be fast with our chores. It's almost time for Engendered. Girls, it's time for your favorite program, Engendered. Yeah, Mommy, we're coming right away. Sophia, turn off the gas. What are your fears as a woman? And what are your doubts as a lady? You think you're alone with those thoughts? Then welcome to Engendered, where we'll bring you discuss, interviews, previews, experiences, opinions, and issues relating to the female gender. This is Engendered.
Welcome back to the Engendered show. Still on the topic, is school scam. Has it helped you? Is it helping you? So we're going to be, having some calling for our viewers, and the number to call is on the screen. Back to our guest. So on this topic of a school scam, honestly, I would not say I am of the opinion that it is scam, but definitely there is some, truth to that phrase, is school scam. To an extent, because like we've been discussing, sometimes you just cannot see the importance of going to this school.
And some youth these days use this man as an example, Dangote.
Are you talking about Dangote? How about Bill Gates?
Okay.
Bill Gates, that, okay, or how about Mark Zuckerberg? Or like someone said on social media, Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh my goodness.
So you see instances of where, people didn't necessarily have to go to school to be successful.
Yeah.
Because people, what will I say? They put school and success on the same path. When you go to school, you're supposed to be successful. And I mean, I guess looking at, back in the days, that probably worked. But right now we are in the age of social media, where all I have to do is hold up my phone like this and I'm successful. So like, how do we tell people that this
education is not a
scam?
How
we
do
know
you
that.
convince
How do you convince people? Like, we know that, okay, things don't always work, especially in a country like ours. But this is something that you definitely need. Because, like you said, education puts you on another level. You are enlightened. And even all these people that we're talking about, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, these people are enlightened. They are enlightened, because you cannot have a billions worth of a company that's a market cap of a company and you are not enlightened.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, this education is not scam. Whoever is watching, it is not scam.
Yeah.
Although there are some parts, but it is not scam. Please. So, how do we convince them?
Okay. I heard you say Dangote. I heard you say Bikate. I watched an interview.
Oh, all right. We have a call. Let's take this call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, my name is Kapati. I'm calling from Abuja.
Oh, okay. Please join in the conversation.
Yeah, regarding to the topic you guys are discussing, if education is a scam
Yes.
or not, for me, education is not a scam.
Okay.
Reason because yes, people go to school. At the end of the day, probably they might not make it. Maybe study English. At the end of the day, they don't get a job. But education helps someone if you don't go to school and later become a billionaire. There are some basic things that someone that goes to school can do. You that not go to school cannot do it. That's just the reality. Like I heard one of your co-hosts saying about mentioning Dangote, Susan. Probably they made the money when they don't go to school, and now they had the money. They still have to go to school to fit in people that are kind of higher than them when it comes to education. Okay. So all this, there's no comparison about someone going to, if you see someone that goes to school, you know, if you see someone that doesn't go to school, no matter how rich you are or how beautiful or handsome you are, education helps. It will give you that shape. It will give you that reasoning. It will give you that foundation to do things. Your reasoning, the way you do things, the way you decide. Yes, it might not give you money at the end of the day, rather, depending your choice of study or the way you want to live your life, you get. But it's enlightening you. If you don't go to school, there's a lot of things you are missing. So just to say that education is good. It's never a scam.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, Bright, over to you.
Okay. Thank God for the caller that called. I want to add to what he said. You know, the problem the society have is, I don't know, the society terms success as being rich. I told us when we started this program, I told you about the person that invented education, school. The reason, the purpose. He invented or created school for two things: for character and civic virtue. Character and civic virtue, meaning that character-wise, you should be able to stand out. Civic virtue needs to based on your sound and knowledgeable. When it comes to knowledge, you should be able to do what stand out to. These two things. Now, bring it down. This meant that he called Dangote. Last year I heard, last 2 years, I heard Ibeto went back to school. Ibeto. These are billionaires. These are millionaires. They've understood that there's something they are missing. They understood that there's something they're missing. Now, bring it back to our society. There's that is why I say the society is terming successful as being rich. Education is not a guarantee that you will be rich, but it will expose you. It will enlighten you.
You mean rich, not rich financially, but rich knowledge-wise,
intellectually.
You see, when you Bible says, the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6, it said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." It is the knowledge that you have that can able to give you the capacity and the wisdom to able to display that which the society wants. Our ability to create value that the society needs. Now, when there's a difference, God gave everyone gifts. God has given everyone gifts. According to the Bible says, the gift of a man maketh a way for him. So, when you begin to discover yourself, that is purpose discovery. When you discover yourself, identifying who you are, that is a step to where you are going to. Someone that's in East, they practice what we call apprentice. You go to a place and serve for 5 years, and they settle you. And I'll call that is not education. So they acquire the wish. Maybe peradventure the master settles him and he begins to do well. Now tell the person to write the number of goals. He or she can't write it. This is where education comes in. So you will need to balance this equation. You need this. You need to identify who you are. You need to discover your purpose. When you discover your purpose, then combine it with education. You create equality. There's what we call equilibrium. They will create an equality. But in a situation whereby you do education, only education, going to school, having the knowledge, having all knowledge and everything, at the end of the day, you end up quoting, but you don't know the other side of your gift. You don't know the side. I read a book by Rick Warren, Purpose Discovery. He said, no matter what you do on this earth, and if you've not discovered your purpose, you are as good as a dead person. So you need to identify who you are first. Who you are is inside you. There is something you have inside you. There is something you know that as you are doing it, you are joyful. It's different from what we do no matter their activity. There are people that their joy is to make sure that they talk to somebody every day. Any day they didn't talk to somebody, they are not happy. Do you understand? So it is at the process of talking to this end, because that is the gift God has given to them. At the process of talking to men, but eventually, maybe he talked to someone that was at the verge of death, and if that person happens to be a billionaire, the person says, no, I want to bless this young man. I want to bless this young lady. This is where the gift has made a way for he or she. Now, coming to a way, having the knowledge on how to expose yourself, what to do, to be able to know how to now make these gifts that you've discovered to grow wide. That is when education comes in. You will now know things, how to set up a seminar, how to make money out of it, how to be able to reach out to global audience. But you can't know this if you don't have the education aspect.
Okay.
So that is why I say there should be a balance. There should be a balance between your gifts and education. Education gives you knowledge. Your gift gives you what? Wealth. Education doesn't give you wealth. Your gift gives you wealth.
Okay, so they work hand in hand.
They work hand in glove.
All right, let's bring this topic down to the female gender. Despite the fact that we are in a civilized era, some people still have this notion that the education of a woman or a girl child ends in the kitchen or in the other room. Bright, what do you have to say about this?
I will say that the world has developed, and we're no longer in the era where our male goes to school, our female stays at home. My grandma today didn't go to school because during that own time, females don't go to school. So she said she watched her brothers go to school while she was at home. So at age 14, 15, they gave her out in hand marriage.
Okay, let's take this call. We have another caller. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, good evening. I'm Michael calling from Abuja.
Okay, Michael, join the conversation.
Yes. I really like the topic. I'm seeing that education is a scam.
Okay.
And the reason being that when you are not informed, you'll be deformed.
That's true.
And that statement, education is a scam, always comes from an uninformed set of people or students in a society. And again, when you look at education, it's not going to university or going to polytechnic as education alone.
Okay.
And when an education comes from imparting of knowledge or skills, and the aspect of skill in Nigeria, let me say Africa, we don't really give attention to it.
That's true.
We have a lot of high institutions, skillful arena in Nigeria that we are not even aware. We give attention to university and polytechnic alone, which is polytechnic. The aim of polytechnic is already is abused in Nigeria educational system. Polytechnic is not for going there and acquire just a certificate. It's for skill. And it's a technical-oriented career or discipline. In Nigeria, we have a lot of students that don't even know anything related to aviation. Which Nigeria is the first country in Africa that have College of Aviation Technology.
That's right. That's right.
And we have a lot of institutions that is not even university system. It's high time we encourage the next generation, because to me, our generation, we have failed already. With what we are seeing, we have on big graduates. They are not even well informed before they get into the system. Some study a course that is not really relevant in 21st century. So what do we do? That is the way forward. But the most unfortunate is the big graduates, they are everywhere. Then they will not change the system, giving it another name, discouraging the next generation of education, the education system. And the only advice I will give here is, let's go back to junior secondary school. From GS1 to GS3, is then we tell them what is education, what is your passion, what do you want to study, what do you want to become in life. Then from there, we'll give them orientation. Okay, this is, if you want to go into aviation, okay, this is what you want to do. This is the school, and this is the kind of knowledge you need to acquire. If you want to go into this, it's not the issue of after you run all through secondary school, SS3, during JAM, they will be stuck and confused. And as a parent, you can't keep them at home. They must go to school.
That's right.
And they will start picking on necessary field of endeavor, some say philosophy, some say this, some say that, all in the name of them who just want to go to school. Please, the platform here is, I'm very happy to be part of this program.
Okay.
Though there is a little challenge in your platform tonight, the volume is too low, so sorry about that. Please, it's high time we talk to our parents. It's high time we go back to the grassroots. To me, when it comes to Nigeria education system, it's failing already. So we just have to go back, start looking back, not even the graduates anymore. Because when you look at the graduates, they are all trying to make social media busy, which is 21st century. That's not what we need. Where the world is going to is different from where we are going to in Nigeria. Please, let's look back, turn back, and educate the next generation. Tell them what to do. The federal government have their own role to play. Let's go back to technical colleges. We have the Institute of Transport, we have College of Aviation, and we have a lot of institutions that students need to learn, not going to university, studying what is not obtainable anymore. Please, let's face the reality and encourage the next generation.
All right.
Thank you
so
very much. I'm very happy to be here tonight. My name is Michael.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
That was a very big insight. Thank you very much, Michael,
I mean,
for calling.
the polytechnics, the colleges of education, they're supposed to be practical in whatever they teach. But then we still have theoretical teachings, which is very, very wrong.
I thank the caller that just called. He really spoke a lot, and he's making sense. Because the truth is that I say something. I say the problem is not like the education is a scam or not. The problem is the system has failed, and the system has failed the student. Now, someone that is in a polytechnic, which is supposed to be a practical, when you get there, there are no equipment for
at all.
Are you getting this? So at the end of the day, he or she is like going through like theory aspect. It's no longer practical. So these are the little things. I'm also using this medium to appeal to the Minister of Education that it should look into the schools. You know, there's what we call checks and balances. When you dedicate matters, when you dedicate so amount of money to schools, check. Actually, let there be a check. Did this school actually use this money to get the equipment they requested for? You know, this thing, corruption is everywhere, but we can term correction. We can reduce it drastically if we begin to do these checks and balances. When you delegate a duty, make sure that
all right, let's take this call. Okay, we lost that. Continue.
So these are the little things that if it's the Bible says, there are little things that spoil the vine. These are the little things that the Minister of Education, the government needs to look into. Imagine a university graduate, and there's someone that graduated from Polytechnic the other time. I was asking the person, did you know this? He said, he knows this, but they never make use of it. They never make use of it. So I'm soliciting.
Okay, we have another caller. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello? I can hear you. Good evening. Your name, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
I love the program very much.
Tell her to reduce TV.
Education is a scam.
Please reduce the volume of your TV set. Reduce the volume of your TV set.
The issue is that we can call it a scam because the country has really failed us. Like in my children's school, when you send a child to a school, and at the end of the day, when it's time for exam, they will not allow the children to write the exam. They will force them to pay for sorting. Like during WAEC, they make it mandatory for everybody to sort. So of what use
is it
from all the payments, the school fees you've been paying, and at the end of the day, when it's time for the child to exercise what you have taught, the input you have put, and at the end of the day, you still want them to copy. And you are compelling them and forcing everybody to do the same. So what, is that not a scam? What's the essence? I can as well put my children in the house, give them the certificate.
Wow.
Just go to buy the certificate. Since it's no longer useful, the teaching is no longer paying. That at the end of the day, when it's time to write the exam, the children will not be left alone to do the writing by themselves.
Okay.
So what do we call that? We need to talk to our education sector. They need to look into all this, because we have a lot of people with much A's in their books, but empty brain out there. And that is why all these things that are failing here and there is not today that started. Our children are not being left to do what they want to do, to acquire the knowledge that they are there for, that they need to acquire. They did not free them to do what they are supposed to do. Please, we need, like the Minister of Education, they need to sanitize our educational sector.
Okay.
I remain Mrs. Ayeni.
All right, Mrs. Ayeni.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for calling. All right. All right, Bright, time is against us. Now, you said the Nigerian education system has failed us. What can be done? I mean, we cannot continue like this. Something must be done.
If you heard the last caller that called, you heard that that is a call for concern.
Okay.
Imagine sending your children to school and they're being sent back because a particular exam was to take and they didn't pay for this sorting aspect. So, okay, I was still appealing to the Minister of Education. I believe this is a national TV, and I'm appealing to the Minister of Education for us to get this right. We've come to the point where we are in a generation that questions everything, and the Gen Z, the X, they are highly intelligent, and anything you are dealing with them, you need to be smart enough. So now, coming to the government, it is high time we start probing into the matter. If it means to call a round table talk, a call, we need to start checkmating the things actually, every year, a lot of money is being disbursed by the federal government for education sector. So we need to really know what this money that we dedicate, we send out, what they use it for. And we need to start checkmating, assessing our teachers, people that we employ as teachers. We need to have a self-check. Is he or she qualified? Understand? And we need to start going to, just like this is the parents that just called. Imagine, so you need to go to schools, ask questions. That is why you mustn't do everything in the Ministry of Education. You have people that you work with. You can also get the information from them and know what is actually happening in the education sector. With this, I pray we'll get it right.
All right, Bright. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I mean, we've learned one or two. Education is not a scam. Viewers, education is not a scam. It helps you to navigate through life realities. It broadens your intellectual quotient. It also enlightens you. I know, yes, it doesn't give you money, but trust me, education is not a scam. Till we come your way again, I remain your lovely host, Confidence Reuben.
And I am Bukola Ogungbeje. Remember, knowledge is light. Do have a good afternoon.